Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 8 math. We're going to start with the chapter Pythagorean theorem. So the website is down today, so we're going to start with the lesson Pythagorean theorem. So first we are going to learn what is Pythagorean theorem and why we use the Pythagorean theorem, right? So whenever we are working on the right angle triangles are the one that have one angle that is exactly 90 degrees, right? Like this. Sorry. We use the Pythagorean theorem to solve the right angle triangle, right? Right angle triangle is the one that have the angle that is exactly 90 degree, right? So that is the right angle triangle. Let's just understand the triangle first, then we'll understand the Pythagorean. So this is the right angle triangle, right angle, right? So the side that is in front of right angle, this one that is always the hypotenuse, right? This one is the base and this one is the, like you can say, adjacent. This one you can say adjacent and this one is opposite, right? So what is the Pythagorean theorem? The hypotenuse in a right angle triangle is always the longest side, right? So the Pythagorean theorem is the hypotenuse square equals the sum of squares of the other two sides, that is adjacent square and opposite square. That is the Pythagorean theorem. The hypotenuse square equals the sum of squares of the other sides, right? So this is A, this is B, and this is C. So opposite to this side, that is C, that is A, and that is B. So usually it is C square equals A square plus B square plus C square. C is the hypotenuse, right? Okay, now let's just start with the practice questions. Let's see how do we solve the right angle triangle, right? For example, we are given a triangle, we have to find the length of the hypotenuse, right? You have a right angle triangle given, that is 3 kilometers, that is 4 kilometers. You have to find the length of the hypotenuse, right? So how do we find? C is the hypotenuse, right? We know that the Pythagorean theorem is C square equals A square plus B square, right? You are given A and B, just substitute the values, that is 3 square plus 4 square. 3 square is 3 times 3 is 9. 4 square, 4 times 4 is 16. So 16 plus 9 is 25. That is C square. But you need to find the value of C only. So square root both sides. 2 and square root cancel out. C equals, that is 5 times 5. Or you can write it as 5 square and that is only 5. So C is the 5. You can see hypotenuse is always the longest length in the right angle triangle. Got it? Okay, let's just start with another example. The other example is we are given a triangle that is 8 kilometer, 15 kilometer. You have to find the hypotenuse. So how do we find? We know that that is c square equals a square plus b square, right? So a is 8, that is 8 square and plus 15 square. 8 square is 64, 15 is 225. That is c square. You have to find the value of c only. So you have to square root both sides. That is c equals 17. So that means the hypotenuse is 17. Got it? The correct option is 17. Okay, the next example is okay, that is 6 feet and 8 feet. You have to find the hypotenuse, right? Okay, so you have to c square equals a square plus b square, right? So a is 6 square plus 8 square. So which is the correct option? 36 plus 64 is 100. So c equals 10. So that means the hypotenuse is 10. So the correct option is C equals 10. Okay, the next example is, okay, the other one is, you have the given triangle 12 meter and 16 meter. You need to calculate the value of C. C square equals A square plus B square, that is 12 square and plus 16 square. 12 square is 144 and 16 square is 256. So I think together they make 400, isn't it? So C equals 20, right? Okay, now we are going to learn if we have the other side missing, right? How do we calculate? Okay, for example, you are given a triangle that is 4 miles, 5 miles. You have to find A, right? Now you have to find the other side. You are given the hypotenuse, you have to find the other side, but still you can use the Pythagorean theorem, right? That is C square equals A square plus B square. But here you have to find the A, right? So move B other side. That would be then C square minus B square equals A square. Got it? So just put up the values. C is 5 square minus 4 square equals A square. 5 square is 25, 4 square is 16, so A square is 9. That means A equals 3. You always note down the longest side is always the hypotenuse, right? So the missing side length is 3, right? Okay, the other example is 8 miles, 17 miles. You have to find A, right? So hypotenuse is C square equals A square plus B square, but here you need to find the A. So move B other side. That will be C square minus B square. 17 square minus 8 square, that is 289 minus 64. I think 225 it is. So then A equals 15. The correct option is A equals 15. Okay, the other example is the next, that is 5 miles, 13 miles. You have to find A, right? So C square equals A square plus B square. So A square is C square minus B square. That is 13 square minus 5 square, right? 269 minus 25 equals A square. That is 144. 244. Hold on. That is 244. 244 it is, right? So A equals 13 square is 169, not 269, right? That is 169 minus 125 is 144. So A equals 12. The correct option is A equals 12, right? Okay, the next one is now we have to calculate the parameter of a triangle, right? We are given a triangle. We have to calculate the parameter of the triangle. So let's just see how do we calculate. Here is the right angle, here is C, right? We need to calculate the parameter of this triangle. How do we calculate? We have still parameter is sum of all the given sides, right? But we are missing one side. First, we need to find the missing side. We can find the missing side by using the Pythagorean theorem because that is a right angle triangle, right? So first we have to calculate C, that is C square equals A square plus B square, that is 12 square and plus 5 square. 169 it is. So C equals 13. Now you have all the silence. You need to calculate the parameters. So simply add 13 plus 12 plus 5. So the correct option is 30. The parameter is 30. Okay, let's just do another example. So for the parameter, first you have to find the missing sides, then you have to add, right? Okay, the next example is you have to calculate the parameter of the triangle, right? So for the parameter, you have to add all the side lengths. So the first thing is you need to find the missing side length, right? 36 plus 64, that is 100. So C equals 10. Now you can find the parameter just by adding all these sides, right? So that is 34 miles. The correct option is 34 miles. Okay, the other example is We have to find the parameter of the triangle. How do we find? So find the missing side first, right? A equals 5. Okay, so that's all for today. If you have any question related to the lesson, please ask. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So you can please ask question if you have any. You are working on the Pythagorean theorem, so if you have any question, you can please ask. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Okay, that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.